Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real English Talk, where we make English simple and enjoyable. We are very happy to see you today. I'm Anna.
And I'm James. Today, we're answering the biggest question we get from our wonderful family at home. Exactly, James. How do I stop forgetting? It feels like words go in one ear and out the other. It's like a leaky bucket, isn't it? You study all night, but in the morning, the bucket is empty.
It's frustrating, but today we are going to fix that bucket. We have exceptional tips to help you store words in your long-term memory.
I'm excited because education shouldn't feel like hard labor. It should feel like building a treasure chest.
Love that. So, James, what is the first secret to remembering?
Rule number 1, stop memorizing lists. Lists are boring, and the brain hates boring things.
Precisely. Your brain wants stories. It wants context.
Actually, it's like meeting a new friend. You don't just remember their name, you remember where you met them.
Exactly. So instead of learning the word apple, learn the sentence, I'm eating a sweet apple.
That lends a hand to the memory because now there's a picture.
Yes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
It truly is, and that leads to secret number 2. Use your senses.
Oh, tell us more. How do we sense a word?
Well, if you're learning the word coffee, smell your coffee. Feel the warm cup.
That is brilliant. You are developing a physical connection to the language.
Exactly. It makes the word real. It's not just letters on a page.
Now, what about repetition, James? Is saying it 100 times helpful?
Actually, no. 100 times in one day is useless.
Really? Why is that?
Because of spaced repetition. You should say it once today, once tomorrow, and once next week.
Aha! Like feeding a plant. You don't give it a gallon of water in 1 minute.
Exactly. You water it slowly over time.
I love that analogy. It lends a hand to understanding how our minds work.
Definitely. And what about emotion, Anna? Does how we feel help our memory?
Oh, immensely. If a word makes you laugh or surprises you, you will never forget it.
So we should find funny ways to use new words?
Precisely. Make a joke. Tell a funny story to a friend.
This is why Real English Talk is so powerful. We make learning a joy, not a job.
Truly. Now, let's review those 3 secrets for our family.
All right, family, repeat these with us.
Number 1, context over lists.
Number 2, use your senses.
And number 3, spaced repetition.
Great job! You are already on your way to a stronger brain.
Wait, there's one more trick I use every day.
Really? What is it, Anna?
It's called labeling your world. I use sticky notes everywhere.
Sticky notes. I love it. Let's talk about that in the next section.
Oh, James, you should see my kitchen. There are sticky notes on the fridge, the toaster, and even the salt.
Even the salt? That is true dedication, Anna. But it really works because you see the word every time you cook.
Exactly. It's about passive learning. You aren't studying, you are just living with the language.
So it lends a hand to your subconscious. Your brain starts recognizing the word table without you even trying.
Precisely. And once you know the object, you can add an action, like clean the table or set the table.
Aha! You're developing a full sentence naturally. That's exceptional for fluency.
It truly is. But James, let's talk about vocabulary apps. Some people love them and some hate them. What do you think?
Well, I think they are a good tool, but they shouldn't be your only tool. It's like going to the gym.
The gym? Explain that one, James.
Okay, an app is like a treadmill. It's great for practice, but real life is like running in a park.
I love that. In the park, there are dogs and weather and people. It's unpredictable.
Exactly. You need both. Use the app to train, but talk to people to live.
So true. To our wonderful listeners, don't be afraid to step out of the app and into the conversation.
Believe us, the words will stick much better when you share them with a human.
Now, what about forgetfulness due to fear, James? Sometimes we know the word, but we freeze.
Ah, the mental block. I think that happens because we pressure ourselves to be perfect.
Exactly. We forget that English is a bridge, not a test.
Indeed, if you cross the bridge, you succeeded, even if you tripped on a plank.
Tripped on a plank. That's funny, James.
But it's true. Mistakes are actually the best memory triggers.
Wait, how so? How can a mistake lend a hand to our memory?
Because you feel something. If you mispronounce a word and laugh about it, your brain remembers that laughter.
Aha! The emotion creates a memory marker. It's like a highlight in a book.
Exactly. So celebrate your mistakes. They are just proof that you're learning.
I love that perspective. It takes the fear out of education.
Real English Talk is a safe space. Nobody's judging you here.
Truly. Now, let's look at a practical exercise. James, give us a real-life way to use a new word.
Okay, let's say you just learned the word enthusiastic. Don't just write it down.
What should we do instead?
Find a connection. I'm enthusiastic about English. I'm enthusiastic about pizza.
Always the pizza, James.
Always. But see, now you have a personal link to the word.
Perfect. You're connecting a new word to an old feeling.
Exactly. It's much harder to forget something that is part of your life.
Indeed. To everyone listening, try this today. Pick one word and make it personal.
Great idea, Anna. It lends a hand to your certainty when you speak.
All right. I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We have, but we aren't done yet. I want to talk about the power of sound.
The power of sound? You mean music?
Music, movies, and podcasts. Let's dive into that next.
Oh, I love this topic. Music is like glue for the brain, isn't it?
It truly is. Think about it. You can remember lyrics to a song from 10 years ago, but you forget what you studied yesterday.
Exactly. Why does that happen, James?
Because of rhythm and melody, your brain loves patterns. When a word is inside a song, it's easier to store.
So, to our wonderful listeners, sing your English. Don't just read it.
Yes, even if you think you are a bad singer, singing along to your favorite English artists will lend a hand to your memory.
It also helps with pronunciation because you are copying the flow of the language.
Indeed, it's developing your natural ear for sounds. It's a vital part of real English talk.
Now, James, what about movies and shows? Sometimes they talk so fast.
They do, but that is the beauty of it. You are learning real English with real emotions.
So if a character is sad and they say a word, your brain connects that word to the feeling.
Precisely. Context is everything. You aren't just memorizing a definition, you are living an experience.
I love that. But James, I have a question for our family at home. Should they use subtitles?
Oh, the big question. My advice? Use English subtitles, not your native language ones.
Yes, because if you read in your native language, your English brain just turns off.
Ha ha, exactly. Your brain is lazy. It will always take the easy way if you let it.
True. Education requires a little bit of challenge to be effective.
Definitely. When you read and hear the English word at the same time, it's like double the memory power.
It truly is. Now, let's move to a deeper secret, the power of teaching.
Teaching? You mean our listeners should become teachers?
Yes, even if it's just to a mirror or a friend who knows less English than you do.
They say that if you can explain it, you truly understand it.
Brightening, warm. Exactly. When you teach a word, your brain has to organize the information in a special way.
It lends a hand to your own memory automatically. It's a win-win situation.
It truly is. So, next time you learn a great new word from Real English Talk, go and teach it to someone.
I love that assignment. Education is a gift you give and receive at the same time.
Beautifully put, James. Now, let's pause for a moment. I want to address something very vital.
What's that, Anna?
Sleep. Most people don't realize how crucial sleep is for memory.
Oh, 100%. If you study all night and don't sleep, you lose almost everything.
Exactly. Your brain organizes your new words while you are dreaming.
So you are actually learning English while you sleep?
In a way, yes. Sleep is the final step of the study process.
That is exceptional news for our listeners who love to nap.
Exactly. Don't feel guilty about resting. Your brain is working hard.
Real English Talk cares about your health and your success. It's a holistic journey.
It truly is. So let's recap this sound and sleep section.
Ready. Sing your English. Watch with English subtitles.
Sing what you learn and get plenty of sleep.
Fantastic. Let's keep the flow going in our next section.
You know, James, we've talked about music and sleep, but there is one internal tool that is more powerful than anything else.
Oh? Is it a secret brain technique? Or maybe a special food we should eat?
Haha, no special food, James, though healthy eating always lends a hand. No, it's curiosity.
Curiosity. Like being a detective for the language?
Exactly. If you force yourself to learn a word you don't care about, your brain will throw it away like trash.
Brain trash. That's true. If I don't need it, why keep it?
Exactly. But if you wonder, how do I say happy in a stronger way, then your brain is open to receive the word thrilled.
Aha! You're creating a hunger for the word. It's about asking questions before finding answers.
Precisely. To our wonderful family, follow your interests. If you love cooking, learn cooking words first.
Yes, if you love football, listen to football news in English. Your passion is the fuel for your memory.
It truly is. Now, James, let's talk about the review process. How do we check if we actually remember?
The test, but not a school test, a real talk test.
How does a real talk test work?
Try to explain a new idea using the new word to a friend. If they understand you, you passed.
I love that definition of success. It's not about perfect spelling, it's about message delivery.
Exactly. And if you forget, don't worry. Just look it up again.
Indeed, forgetting is part of the process. Every time you relearn a word, it becomes stronger.
It's like building a path in a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer the path becomes.
That is a beautiful image, James. Your memory is a path. Don't let the grass grow over it.
Exactly. Keep walking.
Now, let's address the volume. Should we try to learn 50 words a day?
Oh, no way. That is a recipe for headaches, Anna.
I agree. Quality over quantity.
Always. Try to learn 3 to 5 words, but truly learn them. Own them.
Own them. I like that. Make them yours. Use them in your daily life.
Definitely. Education isn't a race. It's a long walk with good friends.
Truly. And we are so happy to be your friends on this walk.
Yes, me too. Now, let's recap this mindset section.
Ready. Follow your curiosity, quality over quantity.
And walk the path every day. Review is your best friend.
Fantastic. We are developing some exceptional habits today.
We really are. Real English talk is more than words. It's about how we think.
Exactly. Your mind is your most vital tool.
All right, Anna, before we move to our final tips, what about tools like notebooks or digital notes?
Personal preference, I think, but writing by hand has a special connection to the brain.
I've heard that. Something about the movement of the pen. It lends a hand to the memory.
Exactly. So maybe keep a small notebook in your pocket.
A real talk notebook. I love that. Write down one cool word every day.
Beautiful. One day, one word. Anyone can do that.
Anyone. Let's get ready for our final conclusion next.
We are coming to the end of our journey for today, James, but remembering is a lifetime skill.
It is, and I hope our family feels empowered now. You don't have a bad memory, you just needed the right strategy.
Exactly. No one is born with a dictionary in their head. We all start with a single word.
One word at a time. That's the secret to everything, isn't it?
Truly. Confidence comes from consistency. Just show up every day.
Real English Talk will always be here to lend a hand with that consistency.
Indeed. Whether you are cooking, walking, or resting, we are honored to be part of your day.
All right, Anna, let's do one final super recap for everyone.
Ready. Use stories, not lists. Smell and feel your words.
Space out your practice. Label your world with sticky notes.
Sing along to music, teach a friend, and never forget the power of a good night's sleep.
And finally, follow your heart. Learn what you love.
If you do that, you will truly succeed.
Actually, James, I think I need to go put a sticky note on my guitar now.
A great idea. See, we are always learning too.
That's what makes Real English Talk special. We're students of life together.
One family, developing our futures with every word.
Never give up. You are doing an exceptional job.
Yes, you are. Believe in your potential.
Believe in yourself.
All right, James, I think we've shared all our secrets for today.
For now, but there is always more to discover.
Exactly. Stay curious and stay enthusiastic.
Thank you for being the best part of our show.
Indeed. Without you, Real English Talk is just two people talking to a wall.
Exactly. You make the magic happen.
Keep practicing, keep smiling.
And keep being real.
We love you all.
Well, that's it for this episode of Real English Talk.
We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Make sure to comment and share your favorite memory tip with us.
We read every single one.
Truly. Until next time, keep building those connections.
Take care of yourselves and each other.
We will see you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.